If you're not prepping food right now, then you're doing yourself a disservice. And I wanted to share my latest prepper food haul with everybody to give you some ideas about what you can get started on now and how you can put away a decent amount of food for not very much money. So let's talk about how I have a 2-month supply of food sitting right here on the table and why it's something you need to do now. Hey everybody, it's Magic Prepper, and today we're talking about how I got a prepper food haul, and it's something that everybody should be doing right now before all these limitations come back into play. And we know at some point that there's a good chance that they will, and we're already seeing limits being put on things at places like Costco right this second. And of course, I don't live next to a giant wholesale store, so I therefore have to rely on places like Walmart if I want to buy in bulk. Whether I like it or not, this is some of the best I can do. But I figured I'd share it with everybody here to give you some motivation as well as some ideas as to how you can tackle this big, massive situation of prepper food storage that we all want to get better at, we all want to have more of, and we almost never have enough room for. But this is what we need to be doing right now. And if you've ever stored food in a 5-gallon bucket, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button below, because this is what we need to be doing as a prepper community, sharing what it is that we're working on in order to get better prepared and more motivated by seeing the successes and accomplishments of others. And that's exactly what I'm trying to show you here. Make it easy, entry level, right inside the door. Here's how you get 60 days worth of food for not very much money, okay? So first and foremost, this is technically 59.43 days worth of food if you're using a 2,000 calorie per day diet, which obviously is actually aiming somewhat low, considering if you're in an SHTF scenario where you're relying on this food supply, there's a good chance you're gonna be putting in a lot of arduous labor that might make that requirement a little bit higher. But for the sake of making things easy and trying to just keep in mind the idea of rationing and such, 2,000 calories per day, this equates to 59.43 days, which is why we're gonna say it's 60 days, because at the end of the day, that works for me. Someone might not eat for half a day, have a great time with that. So, how much did this all cost? Everything you see here, right now, is $246.02, okay? So for about 250 bucks, you can get 60 days worth of food that's all sitting right here for you to see. Now, does this all entail every piece of the nutritional balance that you might actually want in an SHTF scenario? Of course not. There's no Cheetos or Mountain Dew or beef jerky or girls' shoes or anything else you might see on the receipt that I'll show you right here, so you can see that the math is all working out on this and that these are the prices I paid for everything that we're about to go over, and there's nothing to do with girls' shoes as to what I'm doing in the sense of preparedness. Anyway, here's what's going on here. Canned meats. I told you guys, and if you weren't listening or you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that little sub bell so you can hear when the videos come out, because I think that's the whole analogy they're trying to go for. But either way, this was talked about a little while ago. I told you all that you need to be getting canned meats and protein that are shelf stable put away now, because the price of meat's just going up and up and up and up, and the ability to acquire it is actually getting harder and harder and harder to do. So canned meats are on the list, and I told you specifically I was gonna go clear out my local Walmart of canned chicken. And I don't know if any of you are in Minot, North Dakota, but all the chicken's gone. You're welcome. Anyway, here's what we have here, here's how much it costs, and here's how much calories it produces for you in the sense of food storage, okay? So, first and foremost, rice. I got 2 20-pound bags because rice is inexpensive, it stores very well, it's extremely dense, and it has a lot of calories, okay? So 2 20-pound bags. Each bag of 20 pounds is $8.98. So for $17.96, I have 64,640 calories worth of rice, okay? Moving on from there, a 20-pound bag of pinto beans ran me $14.46 for 20 pounds, which gave me 25,900 more calories, all right? And you can see that we have, our carbohydrates as well as some of our proteins, but the real protein's back here, and this is why you need to start storing this stuff, because like I said, meat's becoming scarce, expensive, and it is important to have that protein to be able to repair and build cells during any kind of a strenuous situation, okay? So, how much did this all cost? Well, the chicken was $7.48 for a 4-pack or 50 ounces, okay? So in total, I spent $179.52 on this canned chicken. But it brought to the equation 23,520 calories, okay? And that's a lot of calories for protein to provide, because proteins are usually not as dense in calories as things like rice or beans, okay? And then also the tuna, which is just something that we actually enjoy here in this house. It's not necessarily a requirement, but in order to hit that 60-day mark, I had to supplement some calories, and I wanted to change it up a little bit. So the tuna was $2.84 for 20 ounces, or 4 5-ounce cans, and in total I spent $34.08. So that gives me 4,800 calories worth of tuna. And as you can see, the chicken is actually much more dense in calories than the tuna. So it's something to keep in mind when you're talking about shelf-stable canned proteins and similar situations like that, because you want to make sure you get as much bang for your buck as you can, and those calories are going to make the difference. Now, at least one thing you can say about fish is that they have other nutritional benefits, but we also know there's mercury, and be careful. Anyhow, this is what you get, okay? $246.02, 59.43 days for one person. Keep that in mind, okay? So this is 60 days worth of food if you're by yourself. But you have to prepare for your family too. And I have a family of 5, okay? So for me, it's only gonna get me 12 days worth of food. This is only 12 days worth of food if everyone in my house consumes 2,000 calories a day during a disaster. And it cost me $246. So yeah, it's 60 days worth of food for 250 bucks for one person, okay? So if you're by yourself, this is attainable, this is doable, and this is something you can put away. And these cans are all labeled to be best by dated in 2024, which we all know they can last longer than that, but still 3 years on the date on the can is not bad at all. And the rice and beans will last forever if stored properly. So just keep it in mind that these prepper food hauls, the things that we should all be doing in the sense of getting more and more food whenever we have the ability to, is something you should be doing right this second. Because with these different situations happening all over the world, and the easy justification for governments to implement more restrictions and more limitations and limit your ability to acquire this stuff here at any point in time, you should be prioritizing the food. And you know, just as an example for like maybe ratio purposes, you got all this food, 250 bucks for the food, can't go wrong, but once in a while, you know, you gotta throw like another magazine in the mix, right? Just throwing it out there. So, don't worry, it's 10 Browns. Don't freak out on me, YT. Anyhow, this is what I wanted you to be aware of. I wanted to share it with you and give you some ideas as to what you should be doing right now, because you should be doing this right now. Other food suppliers like Cisco have come out and said that they can no longer deliver certain orders to their customers. That's one of the largest food suppliers in the entire country. And all of a sudden they're telling people, sorry, you're not gonna get your order. This is happening. You need to make it happen. This food should be on your table, not mine. And like I said, if you're in Minot, North Dakota, I stole all the chicken, man. I'm disappointed. Somebody get out there and get the rest of the chicken that's out there in the world right now and make it happen, okay? So, just wanted to throw this out there, give you some ideas, motivate you, give you the nitty gritty in the sense of dollars per calories per item, so that you can see for 60 days, 250 bucks. Not bad at all. We're talking about like a car payment or some people's insurance if they have a terrible driving record. Either way, what I'm trying to say is that for 250 bucks for one person to be able to have enough food to last for 2 months without even having to try, not a bad way to go. So if you have any questions at all, leave it in the comments below. Tell me about your prepper food hauls as well. Let me know in the comments how much you're spending or what you're doing on like a weekly basis or how you plan it, okay? You don't have to reveal all your secrets, but what you can do is at least give some other people ideas about how they can approach it, because a lot of newcomers are here in the prepper community, and something like this is something that they might not have even thought about doing yet, and they're not even sure how much it would cost or what it would even do for them in the sense of caloric intake, you know? So yeah. Here's 60 days. Take a look at it. Write it down. Don't take all my chicken. But I hope this helps you. Without anything else to say about it, that's going to be it for Magic Prepper.